this. Is that being recorded? Yeah, I think so. Yes. So how do I want you to do that? How I want you to do that is I want you to get your W3Schools, go through the exercises one at a time. So we did the introduction last time. I showed you my introduction, but I mean, all you'd have to do is sort of try it yourself and maybe change a couple of things in here, like and then run it, and then you could take a snip of it, and then this. Okay, who was that? That was last talking to me. Sorry, your voice was familiar, but your name was not. I didn't sort of catch your name. This is what I want you to submit, right? So you're going to take that, which is in the snipping tool, and you're going to place it into a Word document. So this would be put that in there, and then you'd go to the next one, right? So that was the first one. Then go to the next one. Oh, sorry. Go to the next. I have to close this, don't I? Go to the next one, which is editors. We could talk about that one now, right? So the editors one, actually, this is a good one to start, because what you should really do if you really want to make this real in your own mind is what's happening on the W3Schools page. That's a simulator. I mean, that's showing you, that's a program that they wrote to show you what HTML looks like and how it works, but it's not working as a browser. It would be a bit more real for you if you actually had an editor open and then you open the document in a browser. So you could do that without writing too much code. I mean, the code is given to you, right? So here's a bit of code. Take that bit of code, copy it, Control C, copy. Get your favorite editor. For me, that's this editor here, which is Visual Studio Code, and paste that in there, right? So I mean, now this was pasted like that. Now, if you save that, um, you would save that. You get a document, which is just going to be a. Oh, I thought I put it here. Can't see it now. Well, let's save it. Let's see. Sorry. So save the document, file, save as, and let's put it on the desktop. Now, when you save it, make sure you save it with a file name with an extension of .html, and make sure that you save it as a type HTML. So why can't I see HTML as a type there? Oh, there it is. Yeah, because that's the one I've already got. So it must be saved like that. So just so that you know that this is a new file. That's our class, right? Edit 4. And that new file shows up right here, shows up with a symbol on it showing that it can be opened in a browser. And the browser it's got there is the Microsoft Explorer browser. I mean, this is showing if I wanted to use Google Chrome. When I double click on that, it opens it up for me, right? And you could say, oh, well, that's kind of boring. And if you look here, yeah, you don't have to open it with that browser. You can open it with another one. So I could open it in Google Chrome and etc. So what we've got, I like Google Chrome better than that other one, but what we've got here is we've got a web page which is so simple, it doesn't even have this thing called a head. Now notice when I typed head, 2 heads came up. That's because the Visual Studio Code is going to do that for me. Now, probably somebody's going to interrupt me in a minute and say, oh, we already did this in the last session. Yeah, okay, so I'll go through this kind of quickly because it's probably all very familiar, right? So I'm going to save that with a Control S. All right, then if I go back to this file and open it again in Chrome, then we see something else changed. No, did I not? Oh, what did I miss here? Oh, what bad thing that I was in too much of a hurry. So the head, what I missed was the title tag. Now, when I do that, the title, I'll have to cut and paste this out from there. And Control S. And then I can, if I want, I can just go to my browser and refresh it. Please look up here and see what happens when I change the title. So the title works there in the tab, and these other things work. So that's what I wanted you to do. What you should do now, what I want you to present in D2L is, here's your editor working. Here's your browser somewhere. Yeah, here's a browser. They're working together, and you can just put them side by side, get your snipping tool, and get a new snip. And there we go. That's our work. And you could highlight various parts of it. So when you got the snipping tool, you got editing options, right? So I got a tool there that I can use. So I can highlight that there's my title. Anything that you felt that you like to highlight, right? So I like to highlight that. And so we can see where the different things show up in the code and they show up on the screen. Anyway, so then if I took this and I could copy it, and because I just want to make sure that it should have been all right anyways, but just to make sure, I copied it, and then I can go into my Word document and I can say this is my editor, Visual Studio. Studio code, and there's my exercise. So you get the idea now. So what I've done so far is I've only done 2 of them, right? And if you look at what I'm asking you to do. So we've done introduction and editors, should next do basic, then should do elements. So, and each one of those should have a image, something like what we've got in this Word document here. Each one of those, each one. So you should present a document to me that's got, at least 1, 2, 3, 4, at least 6 or 7 images in it for the first assignment. And they should be images like this, and I'm sorry I didn't make that very, very clear last time. They should be images like that. So those of you who did it some other way can just do it again. And I will mark it and give you the mark. So that's what you were supposed to do for yesterday's assignment. What you're supposed to do for today's assignment, almost the same, but different, of course. Same, but different. And it's this bit here. So continue on. You've got to exercise on styles, and then you got it links and images. So just to sort of jump ahead, let's say we wanted to do the one on styles. There's a thing there where we can see I am red, I am blue, I am big. Oh, that's CSS, right? Actually, it's doing this CSS inside the tag, and that should be kind of familiar to you because we did that last time. So we got another one, a style inside the tag there of the blue background. When we do that, we get this thing here with the blue background. Yeah, that's nice. So close that. And then we got the other example here. So you got a couple of things that you got to show there, right? So what you would have to do when you get to this, because it's got more than one, is you would have to, so you could change the colors of this even. But, again, do the snip, right? New snip, and show your code and your thing, and you've got a couple of them that you have to show. And maybe it would even be better if you put some text in there so I know it's you. So the purpose of putting some text in there that is different than this, as I'm mentioning, is so that I know that you've done the work. I mean, it's sort of a verification. So I mean, if you could just sort of put something in there, this is a heading by, something in the text so that I know that it's that you doing it. Then it's a bit more real, right? So at least you've touched it. I mean, you didn't have to write much code here, but you had to know where the text was so that you could edit it. And then this is the thing that you would you would copy and paste into your Word document under the, the thing that says, well, this is styles. So I hope that, but do them all. So it's kind of a comprehensive exercise. You go through each one. Every time you do something like this, copy it, put it in your Word document, and submit that to me. I'm going to kind of stop on that for now, okay, and just sort of check what we got going here. I'm going to